Epic Games are revealing more Chapter 5 Season 4 details by the day, with us having our first look or confirmation toward it being Marvel themed on the roadmap right here, and even in-game map changes pointing toward this right now, building up toward the end of Season 3. Trust me, stick around until the end of today's video, there's so much to go over. Stop, don't forget I'm an official Epic partner, so before you pick anything up from the shop, make sure to enter code FM1 inside there, being one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long. It would mean the world to me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug now that we've got the brand new cutout, so that means another purchase had to be made. Last video I wanted to know the name of this, so here's a bunch of hearted comments on screen right now that got that right. Today, however, I want to know the name of this, so let me know down below in the comments, and if it gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, as after all, it only benefits you, with us gifting different subscribers every single day, with some proof for that recently on screen right now. First of all, with the recent start of Chapter 5 Season 3, as we're not even in July yet, this season, according to the Battle Pass, ends on August 16th. That means whether or not you like this season, which has been controversial so far, with many bug fixes to the cars and also the weapons introduced, 84 days long from May 24th to August 16th itself, which contains a total of 4 downtime updates so far, with us currently being in version or about to enter 30.10 being the first update after the season launches, 30.20 then on July 25th or around then, 30.30 July 23rd, and 30.40 the final build or update August 6th. Sheena included at the bottom of that note the last 2 updates in particular could drop 1 week earlier than listed depending on when Epic's summer vacation ends, hence the bigger gap between these 2 updates, 30.20 and 30.30 being literally 2 days short of being a month. So now you know what to expect in terms of updates coming before Chapter 5 Season 4. We need to quickly recap on what's happened so far in Chapter 5 since it started in the storyline and where we're at now or where it's going. Initially we were introduced to the Underground faction, the leader of it being Vengeance Jones, who was sadly looking for his buddy Peely that had been kidnapped by the opposing faction, the Society. The leader of this faction being Valerie, and Hope, her sister, had switched from this faction to help Jones, and despite Peely annoying the Society over the weeks as a hostage or held ransom, it was shown in one of the quest loading screens that we could unlock toward the end of last season but not anymore, that Jones actually rescued him from this final scene location at once was Fencing Fields, which has now been replaced with Nitrodrome. After this, from kidnapping Peely to try and lure Jones in and gain the memories of the past that only Vengeance Jones has prior to the Big Bang, this didn't mean a complete failure for the Society, as like shown in Valerie's lair on the floating island in one of the rooms, Pandora's box was a goal, and this was summoned onto the island thanks to the Titan hand coming out of the ground, dropping it, with us shooting at it as a community to then open, unleashing all of the evil into the Fortnite universe. Days after this, Myths and Mortals started Chapter 5 Season 2, with the Greek gods obviously coming to the island from Greek mythology, as Pandora's box of course is a part of Greek mythology too. Honestly, instead of calling it Myths and Mortals, it should be Myths versus Mortals, as Zeus wanted to wipe out all of mortal kind, but toward the end of this season, despite the live event occurring where we saw the statue raised from striking lightning in the sky, hitting Pandora's box and the orb jumping out to form the sandstorm, our beloved characters as shown in the Stygian Temptation loading screen, found in this chapter almost as a very important duo, Hope and Jones, managed to overthrow Zeus, which leads us to now where this sandstorm from approaching we could see this boat behind it that's crashed into the island and made all of the Chapter 5 Season 3 wrecked map changes that we see. Specifically, one of the most important characters washing up with this is Megalodon, of course, that actually is manning or operating this boat that's crashed into the island right now as a named location, which is called Leviathan. Of course, we saw Hope's reaction to this as it happened in the trailer, but Hope and Jones, since the season launched, have had the following conversation about what this means for the story going forward, with Megalodon being not so friendly.
Jones, you're late.
I just dethroned the King of Olympus. I think I've earned some downtime.
First of all, we dethroned the King of Olympus. Second, no, I've been watching Megalodon. I don't like what I see.
I don't care.
Bring your friend.
Okay, just so you know, Hope here has a little bit of a habit of picking a fight with the biggest bully she can find. So, we should make sure that we are in fighting shape. She's got her sights set on Megalodon.
My sister Valeria is the arrogant super genius who found a way to summon Pandora's box. So I kind of consider myself on the hook for fixing this ever-expanding mess. So, I spent some time poking around Meg's camp. I was right. The man's a full-blown wannabe tyrant. He wants to take the island, and he might just be strong enough. But he's not gonna make his move until his little shark ship is refueled, which explains the pipeline. Jones and I are gonna keep gathering intel. You keep fighting. Make us look good. Hey, Jones? I heard something out there I really don't like.
Like bad something or bad something?
Maybe it's time for us to round up the surveillance equipment. Just chatter, I hope.
Just before the season leaks that we're about to move on to, of course, that dialogue confirmed, like we can see in-game, that this pipeline is still under construction because Megalodon wasn't meant to crash into this island. It's lucky he found it though, considering he'd ran out of fuel and was coasting toward it, and is extracting the nitro that we can now obviously use to get around the map quicker, whether in a vehicle or just simply running, to then refuel Leviathan, being the boat obviously that looks kind of like a shark. And over the updates we're going to see this pipeline, as we can see in-game right now, under construction, fully completed more so. Something strange about Megalodon that people speculate is that he's Gunner in a different snapshot form after the effects of the Big Bang that happened. After all, they not only look very similar, with of course this variant or style of Gunner looking kinda like the mask Megalodon's wearing, but remember how in the Chapter 3 Season 2 trailer, when the Seven was still at the forefront of the storyline, the Foundation challenged Gunner directly and he had these powered up fists like we have the Nitro fist now, of course being a mythic that belongs to Megalodon. Does that mean, considering Gunner was Sloane's right-hand man literally seconds away from eliminating Jones at the end of Chapter 2 in that finale, that Dr. Sloane returns this chapter, or to end it off, I definitely think it's likely. When this might be, we don't currently know, but from taking a look at the 2024 roadmap, which is further confirmed now by everything about Chapter 5 Season 3, this particular concept key art right here coming true. This also means what's after that, showing Doctor Doom, implying a Marvel-themed season, is also upcoming for Chapter 5 Season 4, which we have more leaks that we're about to discuss, including literal mythic weapons that have already been found in the files and other things. Just before we do though, the Marvel season, the only one we've seen, or the previous one, was Chapter 2 Season 4, so Season 4 of a chapter, but literally 3 chapters ago now. The overall story of this was the Marvel characters rifted or made their way into the Fortnite universe, considering it was at threat from a distant approaching foe, Galactus, who wanted to devour the 0 point but then failed due to us fighting back. Even though we thought we eliminated Galactus at the end of the Devourer of Worlds live event, this doesn't seem to be the case due to some NPC dialogue literally found only last season. As you can see in the 29.30 Chapter 5 Season 2 update, it was found from Anwar in the dialogue. He stated, "Eons ago and very far away, a hungry beast consumed star after star to warm its belly. Each light fizzled out all too soon and the beast grew restless for a light that could warm it forever. They say the beast still roams the dark, hunting for some eternal warmth it cannot snuff out." 3 chapters on from the Devourer of Worlds live event, where we thought we defeated or killed Galactus off for good, it all makes sense now. Galactus never was fully eliminated, rather so transported to another dimension or far away, hence the rift effect, leaving behind a butterfly that we saw, which potentially could mean he returns for this Marvel season as a foe that obviously the island needs to come together and defeat, but this time he may be more powerful or prepared for harnessing the power of the 0 point or defeating us from protecting it. And the reason I say that is because Season 4 is the last of Chapter 5 before we technically go back into OG Chapter 2, and last time we saw us go back into OG, we had something huge, not physically but metaphorically speaking, in terms of what it impacted the storyline, like a time machine to take us back there. Some things we do know for definite that are being worked on, however, start out as Sheena posted: potential Sue Storm mythic for Season 4, Fortnite is working on a new gameplay feature called Illusory Walls. The big letters usually have a deeper meaning. The initials could mean Invisible Woman, Sue Storm. It would also fit the Season 4 theme, being Marvel, which is further backed up by this leak that came out from Hypex. In case you missed it, Fortnite accidentally leaked 3 Season 4 items, one of them confirming that Season 4 is still Marvel like the roadmap leak: Wolverine's Claws, Super Launchpad, and Striker Burst Rifle V2. The Wolverine Claws that look like this from Chapter 2 Season 4 are of course the mythics that again are confirming it's going to be a Marvel based season, otherwise these just wouldn't be returning. Not only is Wolverine going to be returning, but as Hypex also pointed out 2 days after Season 3 launched, a Fortnite x Deadpool and Wolverine collab is most likely happening in Season 4, the Marvel season, as Epic Games are currently reworking the old Wolverine Claws mythic specifically for Season 4, and they usually try to re-release all Battle Pass collabs with alternative designs / suits. Deadpool and Wolverine, for those that don't know, is a movie, of course being Marvel or belonging to the Marvel franchise or family, releasing on July 26, 2024. This is just before the release of Chapter 5 Season 4, being a nice transition or making sense of this Marvel season upcoming in Fortnite. So like Chapter 2 Season 2 also, maybe this means Deadpool is returning and hopefully we can get his mythic weapon just like we can Wolverine. An update on another weapon that was was actually mentioned in the previous list from FireMonkey is small Chapter 5 Season 4 leak. The Striker Burst rifle will be getting an updated version next season featuring weapon mod support. So this is what it looks like, and we'll finally be able to, of course, modify this weapon like we can the others right now in the loot pool. As for those that don't know, Chapter 5 introduced weapon modding, of course, that we can adjust mid-game as an innovation that previously wasn't applied to this weapon when it initially came around in like Chapter 3. Drop a like if you're excited for Chapter 5 Season 4 and subscribe for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any future uploads. And don't forget I'm an Epic partner, so enter code FM1 now inside the item shop or the next time you log on before you pick up anything, as nobody doing it like me and my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug, getting literal huge cutouts to show our love and dedication to our community. In terms of where you go to now, click either of these two videos. YouTube's recommended you, it's a good suggestion. Whilst you wait for the very next upload I do publish on the channel.